Hello dear students, let's start a new topic, LOI. This topic from chapter 7 of class 10th in subject chemistry. Let's open your chemistry book and come on the page number 152 about the LOI. Now focus on the LOI. Now LOI is a type of homogeneous mixture of two or more metals fused together and then solidify. So LOI is a type of homogeneous mixture of two or more than two metals or non-metals also with metal, and they are fused together and then solidify. After solidifying we get a homogeneous mixture. That homogeneous mixture is called the LOI. Now the most of the LOI are made by fusing them together and then allowing them to cool and solidify. But some of the LOI can be made without melting. As for example, when powder mixture of two or more metals are pressed together and then heated, then fine particle may join together to form a compact mass. So some LOI are made by fusing them together and allowed to cool and solidify, and some LOI made without melting. Now the mixture of an LOI with mercury with a number of metals or non-metals, then that LOI is called the amalgams. When mercury mix with metals, other metals or some non-metals also, and then form a LOI, that LOI is called the amalgams. Amalgams may be liquids, such as in the case of sodium mercury, sodium amalgam, or amalgam also in the form of solids like zinc amalgam, zinc amalgam. Now mercury does not form amalgam with the iron, hence we can store the mercury in the iron bottles, because the mercury do not form the amalgam with the iron, so we can store in the iron bottle. Now the dental amalgams, which is used to fill the cavity of dental cavity, which fill to the dental cavities, we can use the dental amalgam. Dental amalgam are the mixture of mercury with silver tin LOI. Now the properties of an LOI are different from the properties of their constituent metals or non-metals. So in generally we can observe that the properties of the LOI are completely different from the properties of their constituent metals from which they are formed. So generally the LOI are stronger and harder than their constituent metals. LOI are more resistant to the corrosion, but some constituent metals such as irons is susceptible to the corrosion. LOI have lower melting points than their constituent metals. LOI have lower electrical conductivity than pure metals. Now let's come on the book and page number 153. Question here is that why are LOI made? because LYs has many features, many characteristic features. That's why LY is made by the human beings. Some features in the table number 12 on page number 153. LY has the better appearance. LY has the shining colors. The chemical reaction of the LY is negligible. As for examples, when iron rust in moist air, whereas stainless steel does not react with the moisture, and then stainless steel which is made up from the iron LY, from the iron. Now casting abilities. LY have the casting abilities. Yes, lead, tin and antimony do not form the good cast, but an LY of them called type metals, because it can be easily cast. It depends on solidification. So LY has the casting ability. LY alter the melting points. Melting point of lead is 327.50 degrees Celsius. Melting point of tin is 232 degrees Celsius. But the soldier, which is made from the lead and tin, this have the melting point is 180 degrees Celsius. So the melting point of the LY is generally lower than their constituent metals. Now the tensile strength. Tensile strength of the LY is higher than their constituent metals. As for example, duralumin is an LY of mostly aluminium with a small amount of copper, manganese and magnesium. It is almost as strong as steel, but the aluminium is not strong. Magnesium is also do not have the high tensile strength, but the duralumin has a high tensile strength. So the LY alter the properties of their constituents. Now electrical resistance. Nichrome electrical resistance. Generally LY has the high electrical resistance than their constituent metals. As for example, nichrome, it is an LY of nickel, iron and chromium. It has the more resistance to the electricity than nickel, iron or chromium. Now the strength. LY is generally stronger than their constituent metals. For example, steel is much stronger than iron. Now hardness. LY is generally more hard as compared to their constituent metals. Carbol Y, which is the LY of tungsten, carbon and cobalt, is as hard as diamond. Next, to modify the sound produced due to its vibration. So generally LY has modified sound as compared to their constituent metals. For example, the bell metal is more sonorous than copper or tin, of which it is made. Now next properties of the LY is to increase magnetic properties. So the magnetic property of the LY is more than their respective constituent metals. As for example, alnico is an LY of iron containing aluminum, nickel and cobalt, can lift 60 times its own mass. So on the basis of these all characteristic feature of the LY, we can make the LY. Now here the LY composition, properties and uses in the table number 13. Ly of the duralumines, magnesium, and alnico. In table number 14, Ly of zinc and copper and others, such as Ly of brass, bronze, German silver, nickel, silver, bale metals, gun metals, monel metals. Now in the table number 15, Ly of leads, such as solder, type metals, fuse. In the table number 16, some important Ly of the steel, stainless steel, nichrome, nickel steel, tungsten steels, manganese steels, and their constituents, their compositions. So students, you observe these tables of the Ly and try to memorize their composition and their uses of the Ly as much as possible according to your convenient. Okay, thank you. This is all about the Ly. Thank you.